This video is about the remarkable products, how to recognize them and how to use them. Let's look at the rule of multiplying out brackets. A plus B times C plus D gives AC, A times C, plus A times D plus B times C plus B times D. We can use this to deduce the three remarkable products. 1. Let's look at A plus B, two numbers squared. Then if I write it down as completely as possible, A plus B squared is A plus B times itself. And I use multiplying out the brackets, so I get A times A squared, plus A times B, AB, plus B times A, BA, or alphabetically AB, plus B times B, B squared. Simplifying this, we get A squared plus 2AB plus B squared. So we know that A plus B squared is the first number squared plus the two numbers times each other times 2 plus the second number squared. The second one is quite similar. That's not A plus B squared but A minus B squared. Again, writing it out, A minus B times A minus B is A times A times negative B, negative B times A, negative B times negative B is plus B squared, because if I square a negative number, it becomes positive. So we can simplify this. A squared minus 2AB plus B squared. So if we have the difference of two numbers and then we square that, we have the first number squared minus the two numbers times each other times 2 plus the second number squared. The third one, that's the one that's most important for you to recognize, is A plus B times A minus B is equal to A times A times negative B, B times A, B times negative B. Note that since it says a negative AB over here and a positive AB over here, they cancel each other out. So if we take the product of two numbers added together times their difference, and that is the same as squaring the first and subtracting the square of the other. So how do we use these remarkable products? Let's say we want to square 2x minus 3. Then in this case, our A is 2x, our B is 3. So again, what do we have? A minus B is A squared minus 2AB plus B squared, or in our case A squared, since A is 2x, the square of 2x is just 4x squared, minus 2 times A, 2x, times B, 3, plus 3 squared, or 9, is equal to 4x squared minus 12x plus 9. We didn't need to write down the whole multiplication 2x minus 3 times 2x minus 3 and then multiply out brackets, we know the remarkable product, so we can use it right away. Another example is 3 minus square root 2 times x times 3 plus square root of 2 times x. Now, here we recognize that this 3 and that 3 are the same. Square root of 2 times x and square root of 2 times x is also the same. The only difference between these two things is the sign in between. There's a minus here and a plus here. So we can use the third remarkable product, a plus b times a minus b. So in this case our a is 3, our b is square root 2 times x. And we can write down the result, a squared minus b squared, or a squared is 9, b squared is the square root 2 times x. Well, if we square a square root, it just becomes the number inside, and the square of x is x squared. So again, without a lot of work, we have divided out these brackets to obtain 9 minus 2x squared. No more square roots. The other important thing you need to learn is how to recognize these remarkable products. So let's say we have x squared plus 18x plus 81. And you're being asked to factorize this, for example, because it's part of an equation. Well, you note that this is the same as x squared plus 2 times 9 times x plus 9 squared. And if we look closely, we can say, oh, look, there's something squared over here, there's something squared over here, and there's 2 times both numbers times each other. So our a, in this case, is x, and our b is 9, and this should be equal to x plus 9 squared. For another example, a more important one, because this example could theoretically be done by product sum, because the sum of 9 and 9 is 18 and the product of 9 and 9 is 81. But let's look at this one. 4x squared minus 49. And you're being asked to factorize this. That's getting a little tricky unless you note, oh, well, 4x squared is 2x squared and 49 is 7 squared. So let's say our a is 2x and our b is 7. And we look at the third remarkable product. I have a square minus a square. 2x squared minus 7 squared. So this should be the same as 2x plus 7 times 2x minus 7. And your factorization is done.